Warning. The following contains explicit content, namely because we're a group of idiots who feel very passionately about the things we talk about, i.e., our opinions. You don't have to like our opinions. We may not like your opinions. You don't have to listen. We may not have to listen to you. In fact, we probably won't. With that said,
Everyone, welcome. We are Far Side of the Pod. I'm Jordan. We got Ridge.
What's cooking, y'all?
We got Mikey.
hello, I do the intro.
And we got Caleb.
The human spider.
And today we have a special guest. We actually have Mikey and our sister on the podcast today. Kelsey, introduce yourself.
Hi,
She is Kelsey.
that's it.
In my brain, there was just a spotlight and lots of
Introduce
applause. Like,
yourself. Hi.
All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about today, we're just going to touch up on our weekly college football. Week 4 had some interesting shit happen this past week. So, y'all, how'd y'all think this week go overall? Not just including our team, not just our teams. What do you think overall? How this week go for college football?
It was wild.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really was.
Like,
Vandy and Mizzou held a close game into overtime.
You know
and
what?
they and yes, Mizzou falling was absolutely deserved because you can't have a
Mizzou didn't
game that
fall.
close with Vanderbilt. You know.
You know what? I'm gonna start this episode off with the rant of the week because we didn't do one last week, and this is my fucking rant of the week. Um, so my dumbass decided to bet $10 on a betting app and do a 5-leg parlay, right?
Oh Lord, that's where you first messed up.
So all I needed Ole Miss to win by 40 something points, which it doesn't look like that would have happened anyways. No, never mind. It would have been 30 something, so I would have got it. Texas to win by 40 something points. Tennessee to win by at least 7. Where's the other one? There's one more. There was one more. I can't remember, but it would have hit. But the one that didn't fucking hit, Missouri. All you had to do was win by 20 points against Vanderbilt, and I would have won $300 off the $10 bet.
Vandy's a tough team now.
I don't give a fuck. Vanderbilt cost me $10. You know how much $10 can get me far today? Like, that's a meal, son.
Not very,
That's a meal, son.
not very far.
Look,
do
man,
you know how $10 can get me today?
I work in a Walmart, bro. I could have got
I work
anything.
at Walmart, bro.
I've worked at Walmart longer than both of you
That's true.
consecutively.
But either way, what the fuck, dude? Missouri. I mean, I shouldn't have put hope in you anyways, because y'all fucking suck. But Jesus. All right, yeah. Now that's out. Now that out of the way, let's talk about some upsets.
Oh yeah, this would be a good one.
First of all, let's go. I mean, like we said Missouri, but Texas A&M only beat Bowling Green by 6 points.
Yeah.
Is that really an upset though?
Bowling Green, like Bowling Green, almost getting close to Texas A&M.
Yes. Have you not seen Bowling Green? They're occasionally a good team.
Are you sure you're not talking about Boston College?
I'm sure.
All right, fuck.
And
I
it's
mean,
been an
hey, even
odd
Appalachian
season.
State
All
pulled
right.
it off once.
Now this is kind of an upset. BYU smacked the shit out of Kansas State,
Yep.
38-9.
I seen that.
Kansas State's been a big team this year. It looks like they're gonna kaput eventually. Um, Ridge, how about you talk about your Gators, son?
Oh, good God. Do I have to?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, come on, you got some positives here.
Okay, we looked sloppy against a bad team. That's about as positive as I can be.
Well, you
All
won.
right.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
sure, we
won.
won.
You won. I
We
mean, hey,
won,
a
and
win's a
we made
win.
it look good, sure, on paper. But I watched some of the game, not all of it, but at least half of it. We still looked sloppy.
I mean,
Well, we already know that has a lot to do with your coach, in a sense.
I mean, if we end up beating, who is it, Central or South Florida that we play next?
I think it's Central. No, maybe it is South Florida.
USF.
Either way,
Y'all play USF?
we play one of the two. It's either Central or
Two.
South after this bye week. Let's see here. Give me a sec. I'll be right back to you here shortly on this. You know me, I don't pay attention to this crap good enough sometimes, especially whenever we suck.
While you're looking at that, I
Uh
just
huh.
I gotta bring up Colorado won, but they fucking skimmed by Baylor.
Yeah. Great play from Shador Sanders in the end and all, but still, that shouldn't have been as close as it was.
Fuck
Okay,
no.
I found it.
Or who they play?
We got
UCF.
UCF next,
You better hope they don't pull out them
Central.
space uniforms, son.
and they're 3-0 against the, or they're 3-0 right now. Meanwhile, we're 2-2. They look better than us, to say the least. All right, so if we end up losing that game, which it says right now, I'm looking at the percentage. We have a 40.1% chance. Well, I got 59.9% chance of beating us.
You just instantly think of that fucking scene from Dumb and Dumber, so you're telling me there's a chance.
So you're telling me
Oh
there's a
no, I don't think there's a chance at all. I hope that we lose. If we lose out the rest of the season, that definitely means that we get rid of Billy.
Oh,
The
Billy.
only advice
Oh
I
yeah,
have,
if you lose this
he
next game,
needs
you're
to go
definitely
at.
getting rid of Billy Napier.
I
I,
don't know if we lose this game if we get rid of him or not. I think
I
it'll
still
just
think.
the crowd will get louder, the fan base will be louder, but I don't know if that means that we get rid of him because according to everyone that is in the know, everybody's thinking that we need to go after a power four top tier guy. Which yes, unfortunately means that they all want Lane Kiffin right now. But there ain't that grave a chance, and even if there is, we won't get him till about January.
right.
So, there's not really that much of a rush to get rid of Billy. That and our whoever becomes interim, they're not going to be that much any better because they ain't like we're bringing in Brandon Spots to do a job.
It looks like they might end up if they don't wait to the very end of the season, it'll probably be like within the last game or two,
Yeah,
I think it'll be about mid-November.
probably.
I think that Ridge. I don't know how you feel about it, but I know a lot of Florida fans I know feel this way. I know they are extremely happy that Urban Meyer isn't even considering going back, and all I've seen a lot of people do not want him back, and I get that.
Listen, to me, I've heard already that he said the ship has sailed. If there's some way you could sweet talk him into being the interim head coach, though, for like 60 days right here or something, excuse me, my voice is going out. Uh, that'd be good enough. Just have him as an interim. We might have a chance of being a good looking team then.
Hmm.
But just to have somebody to hopefully hold some recruits here and there for us too, that's the only positive side to bringing in somebody like Urban just for this small portion of time is to have that sturdy person out there to be able to try to hold some recruits and hold some players that be patient while we bring in the next guy.
Yeah. So I do want to
That's
bring
all.
I
Yep.
do want to bring up one upset. Well, it's kind of an upset, but I think it's a big funny thing. So you know how either last week or the week before last I brought up Patrick Mahomes 2.0, the quarterback from Nebraska.
Yeah,
Well, they got their shit beat by Illinois. I mean, yeah, it was only by a
yeah.
touchdown, but the hype is dying, Nebraska. You got beat.
Wow.
You got beat by Illinois. That's kind of sad. They are.
Illinois look good this year, though.
Yeah, they are good.
Also, let's
Um.
take a minute to acknowledge James Madison.
Oh yeah, James Madison smack.
Yeah,
I mean, they put a good game on. It was 71 to 70 something to 50.
70. It was like 71-50 or something like that.
Yeah, they beat North Carolina.
beat the brakes off of them. They had 50 points by the halftime.
Again, y'all can't tell me this ain't an odd football season.
It is,
It is
and
odd so
Or
far.
who's all good right
Yeah.
now and who's all getting smacked by all of teams that normally don't smack like this.
I will say a good game that was this week was Michigan and USC. And it ended by a last second touchdown, but I
I'm
saw the
so happy for Michigan.
why because they won a ranked game.
Yeah, because I mean they were starting to fall off, and we all would have sat here and said they have fallen off if they would have lost that game.
Yeah,
We would have been talking bad about them the whole for the rest of the football season, more than likely. They lost this one.
yeah, and I kind of like Michigan too, so that would have sucked. Um,
Go ahead and get y'all's team.
that's what I'm doing. All
Oh
right,
yeah,
so our big orange went down to Norman, Oklahoma, and welcomed the Sooners to the SEC in good fashion. I will say Oklahoma's defense was pretty damn good.
yeah.
They gave us a game, but I will tell you that quarterback that they talked highly of, the number one deep threat in the country. All I gotta say is bullshit. That cat couldn't even throw fucking ball to a wide open dude in the middle of a damn field. I'm telling you, he had like 3 turnovers, he had a freaking interception and 2 fumbles or something like that.
Got sacked a few times.
That cat sucked, dude.
Yeah,
I will say the backup quarterback they ended up bringing in was he started to put up a
he,
fight at the end of the game, boy.
he did. Then they pulled him and put other dude back in.
Yeah, that was a
I was just like, why?
dumbass
What was the point
decision.
in that?
But Nico, he showed that to us, or to me at least, he showed that going into an atmosphere like Norman, Oklahoma, and though even when he had negative moments, he didn't let that get to his head. There was a moment where he was like pissed at himself for throwing an incomplete pass because he's a perfectionist, but
Yeah,
he stayed level-headed. He started throwing the ball like he's been doing all season, dude. He's fucking on point. I mean,
and if you notice about Nico, he doesn't he criticizes himself a lot, but he talks up his team very well.
yeah. And
And that's something I admire about him.
I will say after the game, Heupel was in the locker room and
Yeah,
he was thinking that he wasn't wanting to make the week all about him because, if you don't know, he won a national championship with Oklahoma, and they also honored his team last night during the
he
game,
used to coach there.
and he also used to coach there, and he got done wrong,
Oh yeah, he got done real wrong.
but he spent the whole week not trying to make the week about himself, going back to where he made his, name notable, and he got pretty emotional. Even during the last interview before the game went off air, he was talking, and you can tell that he was pretty emotional. But that speech he gave in the locker room was heartfelt, and
First time I've seen him like that too.
Nico handed him the ball, like the game ball, and boy, that dude looked like he was about to cry, man. Like he was literally tearing up, and then he started dancing with the team.
And I mean, another thing, he's probably also he was pro. I think he was really emotional because his dad was there, but his mom just passed away, and
Yeah, in
that was
May.
his first time back in that atmosphere without his mom.
Yeah.
So I know that was probably a really hard thing for him to deal with. But to pull off that win, I mean, you couldn't ask for a more fairy tale ending for him for that game, and I agree. Oklahoma's defense is really good. I mean, they've got a good defense. Yeah, sure. There was mistakes made on both sides,
I will
and
say
there was quite a few bad calls made.
I will say
Uh,
the referees must have forgot their damn knee pads at home because
oh
boy
God,
were
yeah,
they
like those
sucking
referees
Oklahoma
were just
off,
not
dude.
great. Yeah, we had 12. We had 12 flags for like 80 something yards, and they had 3. And I was like, Yeah, that's just a little suspicious, you know. I mean, we have literally 4 times the amount of flags they have. Like, you can't
So
tell me that's a little
so
suspicious.
the amount of penalty yards that they had, we had 75 more penalty yards than they did.
Yeah,
That's nuts, and half of those were BS.
yeah. I say we might have earned anywhere from 5 to 7
At least
flags.
half of them, man. But like,
Yeah, at least half of those, somewhere around there. Oklahoma definitely should have had probably about 4 or 5 more flags thrown on them that were completely missed right in front of referees.
but I do have to give props to our defense. Our defense.
Oh yeah.
The thing that got me last night is Kirk Herbstreit, who is notable for hating us, especially to Tennessee fans,
Oh God, yeah.
was saying how much he liked our team and how scary our defense is. And he actually said, "I like this Tennessee team," and I literally looked around the room like, "Was that
Yeah,
Kirk
we were like,
Herbstreit?"
what? Yeah, we
But
heard that. I remember hearing that, and I just couldn't believe what I heard. And even crazier, him defending us over that. You know, calling out the
oh, the fake
fake injury,
injuries.
the fake cramp.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, dude, he's actually calling that out. Like, that's wild.
yeah.
Like, you don't see that.
He was saying, he goes, that's a damn shame that they're doing that and
He called
all
it
that jazz.
pathetic, and I was like, yeah, that's what I was saying about it too. That's pretty pathetic to have to fake an injury because we're doing so good. And you know, honestly, if you were to ask me my opinion, the game's final score, had everything been called fair, I think would have been 40-15.
Yeah, maybe.
I give them. I was gonna say 9, but the reason I say 15 is because the refs did call it very good when they got stopped inches at the line. You know,
Yeah,
that was a tough call. You know, and you know, we had already sworn that we had seen them go down, but they weren't showing they weren't showing the pylon cam, and so we were just kind of like confused as to why they were calling it a touchdown. And then then they showed the pylon cam, and I was like, oh yeah, he stopped for sure. Like, that ball didn't cross the plane. And I think they ended up getting that anyway, didn't they? So I mean,
yeah. I
but to
can't
me, that
remember.
was like, that was good. That was good. That was very good. You know, refereeing to see them actually look at it for once and be like, yeah, that's stopped, because that was a tough call.
All right, well, but overall, it was good week college football. Crazy, some upsets. It's just like Rich said. This has been a wild year so far, and I'm excited to see what the rest of the season holds. All right, now, Ridge, I'll let you take over this next part, as Ridge is going to tell us about his first night at the Scream Chamber as a scare actor. Go ahead, Ridge.
I've been waiting to hear this.
Oh man, y'all, the hot season is in full effect for me. Because as y'all just heard, last night was my first night, and every Friday and Saturday night moving forward until the 2nd of November, the 2nd of November being our last night, is going to be me scaring the shit out of people. Just from what I experienced this first night, I've had a blast with it. I've about lost my voice, if you can't already tell, and I about lost it from screaming at people and hollering and getting in everybody's face and people with the touch pass, making them eat guts, shoving guts in their mouth. It's so fun because I've just enjoyed seeing the fear on people's face. I had one woman that, I think it was a woman, at least I can't remember, but I had somebody, let's just say somebody, they weren't paying attention while they was walking towards me. They had turned around to talk to somebody, and oh my gosh, that is the worst mistake you can make in a haunt, is to turn around to try to talk to somebody in front of a scare actor, because I'm going to get right up in front of your face. And if you keep on walking, you're going to run into me. And that's exactly what happened. They ran right into me, and they were so tiny compared to me. It was like running into a brick wall for them, and it scared them to death. Absolutely great time. Uh, and I look forward to the rest of the season. I look forward to seeing y'all come out. Kelsey, I wish you could make it out, but you know, It is what it is. I get to scare Slater, Mikey, and Caleb to death. Hopefully,
No,
one of
I'm
y'all get a touch pass.
no. You know those little things that they give out at Orlando, the "Do Not Scare Me" tags.
Uh huh.
Yeah, that's me. Don't scare me. I might cry.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people to cry. I'm looking for people to piss their pants, shit on themselves, and potentially vomit. That's what I'm
You
looking
heard it
for.
here first, folks. Ridge, our local Ridge, is a complete sadist. Come
Yeah.
find him for all your masochistic needs. He will probably fulfill them.
I am looking to. If I can make someone vomit this year, my haunt career will be fully complete, and I will full on retire from it. Probably will
If
either way. Don't know. We'll see. Uh, but so far so fun, and just also we've already had one person, I can't remember who it was. They were from Nashville. Say that we're the number one haunt in Tennessee. They've been around to every single haunt in Tennessee, and we are number one according to him.
Hell yeah.
Beat out Nashville Nightmare, even if that gives you any kind of idea for any locals.
Uh,
So if y'all are looking for something fun to do, and if y'all like getting scared to death, come on down to the Scream Chamber. We'll show you a damn good time.
yeah, all you got to do is look them up on Facebook or hell, even Google them. You can find them, find their dates and their times and everything. Sometimes they do like holiday themed stuff too. So like Friday 13th or Valentine's Day, anything like that. Just keep an eye out for that kind of shit. Going back, Kelsey brought up Orlando. Uh, so we're going on vacation at the beginning of October, and I tried to talk her into going to HHN with me, Ridge. And she was like, I don't know about that.
You'd just be riding the rods, if anything, probably.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you're not going through the houses, there's like a few rides open you could ride, but
I mean, you can always walk through the scare zones too. I mean, over half times in the scare zone, if you're walking down the middle, you'll get scared, but you can walk
around.
typically in and out of it and not get that bad scared in there.
Man, I do got to bring up, man, the first time we went to HHN and we was trying to book it to the back, and we walked through that.
I remember this.
We was trying to walk through a toy factory like theme scare zone, and then of course they got like people dressed up as different characters and people dressed up as workers who got attacked or whatever, and we're trying to live stream it just for our friends on Facebook, and we're sitting there talking, and out of nowhere this guy turns around and is in my face, and he's like, "Please help me," and I'm like, "I don't know how."
Is he in like a baby's diaper or something like that too?
No, there was a big ass dude in like a baby mask and a diaper who had a hairy ass chest. But
No.
this dude was in normal clothes, dude. Like he was wearing like a plaid shirt and some jeans. This I thought it was a normal guy. That's why I didn't think. But when me and Rich got right behind him, he just turned around, "Please help me!" And I was like, "I don't know." Then
Oh man.
I also got to bring up the first house we ever went through was the Blumhouse Experience, and it was half the first Purge and half Happy Death Day. And me and Ridge were nervous as shit. It was our first time walking through a haunt, and we were just like, fuck it. We've been wanting to do this for so long. We can't be bitches. So we started to walk through, and of course we're all nervous as shit. And it gets to a point where it gets really fucking dark, and Ridge is holding on to my shirt so we don't get lost, like the back of it, because he's behind me. And we're in the Happy Death Day scene, and it's cool because it looks like the exact dormitory from the movie. And we walk into this pitch black room, dude. Like,
Like walking into a Diddy party.
yeah,
Oh man, you did not just go there. Holy Jesus, help us all! Oh my Lord!
and
Ain't
speaking
no
of,
party like a Diddy party," said LeBron.
at least it
Yeah.
wasn't slippery. I'll tell you that.
I was like, hey, yo, what's this on the floor? Is that baby oil?
Yeah.
But
All right.
Some really,
That
really
reminds
fucked
me
up
of
memes
something.
about that.
but I get in.
That reminds me of something in my haunt. I'll
But
let you go ahead.
as we're walking through, there's like a pitch black room, and I'm talking about I can't see nothing, and out of nowhere a loud like shriek goes off, and the light strobes go off, and the guy in the baby doll face is right in front of me, like almost nose to nose. And I reared back. I said, "Motherfucker!" And the guy jumped back like, "Ah!" I was like, "Ridge, let's just get the fuck out of here." And we fucking trucked the rest of the way out of it. But Ridge, go ahead and tell your experience, bro.
So, whenever y'all brought up the damn Diddy party, I mean, and out slippery and everything, two things. One of the things I was saying to people in there was, I was like, you look good. I'm going to make you squeal like a pig.
Oh my god.
He did that.
No,
And we also
no.
had the guts. And wherever I, like, a good handful would fall on the floor, and the floor got slick at the very beginning. I about slipped and
Oh,
fell.
but did,
All I can
Because
hear is like the wet slapping sounds of intestines hitting the floor.
and the guts too that we have to make them moist, if you will.
Oh,
What?
uh-huh.
They was the way we got made them moist feeling was using KY jelly.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you not? That's how we make it feel moist. Oh, it's so great.
Oh
That's
man.
how we make
uh,
the prop ones at least. I won't tell you how we make the ones that we feed you. Because
That's
yes,
just not
we have
right.
guts that we feed you. So
Oh.
All right, Ridge.
I hope somebody has that glow stick around their neck. I can force feed you some gut.
I will tell you this: when I go through it, I ain't fucking getting no touch pass.
No, hell no.
I'm
And
just.
hell no.
also,
I mean, that would require me
if you
going through it, which I'm not doing. But
I'm
Okay,
just.
hang on, hang on. Whoa, 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 hang on, hang on. Did you just say you force feed people?
I force feed people with touch passes,
Oh my god.
so
So you're
yeah,
force
people
feeding
can pay
yeah.
extra
Yeah,
to
hell
get
no.
manhandled and to get force fed guts.
with KY jelly on them?
No, those are the ones that are just stiff and propped.
Oh.
No, we have those, and then we have the other guts I feed people.
I was about to be like, damn, you really diddying up the damn place.
That's
If
what I'm
you would have
saying.
listened earlier, I sat there and
That's what I'm
explained that.
saying.
Well, he's already forcing, so that's
Okay, Caleb.
Listen, they
Okay,
sign up
all
for it,
right.
all right?
Look, we're nobody.
Pause.
Nobody here is Meek Mill, all right?
that's dirty.
Oh, we
Poor
are.
JB. Oh, poor JB, man.
Okay,
They're not gonna. We
All
ain't
right,
getting into another con
all
after
so
right,
this
all
one.
right. So we're
so
just.
again, I reiterate, people sign up for this willingly, knowing that they're getting into this. All right, so I can't get in trouble for this. Okay, and for the people that don't have glow sticks, they don't get this type of treatment from me. They do get scared, but not manhandled
All
and
right,
force fed.
all right. So you got anything else to say about the Scream Chamber Bridge besides go?
Just you're a bitch if you don't come down and see me.
Oh, now you
I guess
gotta
I'm a
go.
bitch.
Now y'all gotta
Except
go.
for Kelsey, because y'all can't really. Yeah, you know. Anyway,
All right, so guys, I have a special segment for us today, and all I'm gonna say is this is gonna cause some shit. All right,
I've
so
been waiting for this.
on the last couple episodes, we did a tier list, but today we're gonna start something new. Instead of tier list, we're gonna do brackets. That way, one, there's more arguments, and
Hell
two,
yeah.
this isn't there ain't no putting like last time when we did the Sony movies. They ain't like, oh yeah, we can put Far From Home above Homecoming. Now this is if this person doesn't win, they're clearly not as good as the other one.
If this thing doesn't win, more so.
Yeah. All right. So today we are doing a bracket on metal bands,
Ooh.
and this ranges from dad rock to metalcore. And all I'm saying, this is gonna get pretty fucking controversial. All right. So I'm gonna do this my own way, just because I want to save some good ones for some moments. All right. So I'm gonna get the easiest one out of the way. All right. So we got Bad Wolves versus Papa Roach.
Mm.
All right.
That's the easy
Ooh.
one.
That's an easy one for me, but
Yeah, it's easy for
I
me
have a
too.
feeling Ridge might have a different opinion.
Okay, are we talking about pre Bad Wolves or
We're just talking about Bad Wolves in general.
okay?
Hold on. Does this include their new singer or I mean their old singer, or does that leave him out?
Oh no, that's what Kelsey just said. No, this is all around. This is in general, like
Mm,
all together, all in history.
okay. As you can tell, I was definitely paying attention.
Yeah. All right. So, Bad Wolves, Papa Roach, Ridge. I'm gonna let you do yours first. All right. Who do you think?
Mm. I wish that this was harder than it was, but just due to the history,
Huh.
Papa Roach.
Oh, nice. All right. Caleb.
I was about to say the exact same thing. Papa Roach, baby.
Caleb. Not Caleb. Mikey.
I was also going to say Papa Roach. I've heard way more of their songs than I have of Bad Wolves. That's not to discredit Bad Wolves. I just, in terms of history and time, I've actually actively spent listening to the band. It's Papa Roach for me.
And Kelsey.
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to go nostalgia wise, Papa Roach.
I think we were all gonna say Papa Roach. Honestly, I expected Ridge to say Bad Wolves for some reason, but like everybody said, Papa Roach has just got way more music. If honestly, I hate to say this, if it wasn't for Zombie, the cover of Zombie, Bad Wolves wouldn't be as big as they got. I'm not saying they're big now because they're not. I will say they literally get booed at their own shows at this point. Um,
Mm. You hate to see it.
well, that's what they get for getting rid of Tommy Vetz. That's all I got to say.
I don't know about that now.
You don't like Tommy Vetz? Ridge?
So,
Oh,
di-
sorry.
was it you? I thought you was the one that told me about an article where he
Oh well,
stole.
now yeah, he's not the greatest of people in the world, but he's definitely a better singer than the last guy. I'm just thinking about music
I
in
don't know.
general.
I think the guy that got right now is a pretty good singer.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty good.
All right. Well, let's get on to some more because I'm gonna do this one that other one that might be a little bit more uneven, but the rest of them are gonna be pretty controversial. So this one we got Beartooth versus
Ooh.
Electric Callboy.
Oh, you bastard!
You are a rat. I fucking hate you right now so much.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, shit.
All right, Ridge, go ahead.
Even though it hurts me to do this to them,
Oh no.
I make it sound worse
Jordan,
than
what have
what
you
it is,
done?
don't I? Am I scaring you?
Yeah, I
You're
think
not
you
even in the hunt, and you're being scared by me.
just say it, dude.
Electric Cowboy.
Yeah.
Okay, I expected you to say that. So I thought you
Yeah.
Because
for a second I thought you was about to say Beartooth, and I was about to like, whoa, Ridge.
I really enjoy Beartooth, though.
Pause.
That's what hurts me, is that they are really good, and I love a lot of their songs.
Dude, same. I'm with you on that.
So it hurts me. But I love Electric Cowboy a little bit more than I do Beartooth.
All right.
And Jordan's going to have us making decisions like we're Thanos. I'm sorry, little one.
All right, Caleb, what do you got to say, bro?
Well, as much as I want to say Electric Callboy, I'm so uncomfortable with the skin I'm in. I'm sorry. Beartooth is for me, man. I just like Beartooth. It's just for me. I like them better.
Mm. Mm.
I just
Mikey?
do.
Okay. Oh, you're such a rat. Ah. I'm about to. I can't bust a blood vessel yet. I'm notorious for my love of very heavy drum and bass, just super aggressive music, especially when it comes to like more technologically inclined music. So I'm gonna have to say Electric Callboy over Beartooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kelsey?
Beartooth. Sorry.
Yay, I thought
A
Only,
house divided.
only, only because they're one of the bands that introduced me to metalcore. So
Okay, I understand that. I mean,
That's fair.
Beartooth has got some banger songs. I mean, The Lines, um, dude, you name it. For some reason, I can't think of the other one off the top of my head, even though we sing it
in
the most.
between,
In Between, yeah. We sing
yeah,
that
in
song.
I'm a fan
between
of
skin.
I'm a fan. I was about to say I'm a fan of Sunshine. I really like
Sunshine's good.
Yeah.
Riptide is
I
good.
mean,
Yep.
that's why I chose them. I really
But
like
Green
Beartooth.
lip.
Electric Cowboy, dude.
Mm.
There's not a song by Electric Cowboy that I just don't fucking go nuts over. I mean, I have to say Electric Cowboy. And
So
that's
Electric Cowboy wins.
so Electric Cowboy
this.
ends on a decision. All right.
Yeah.
boo.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
What about that?
That's the
That was a
first.
house. That was a house divided.
All right, so I got another good one here. I'm saving the best for the
It's
last one, so that's why
he
I'm.
says good, but this is gonna have us at each other's throats. We're
All right, so we got Ice Nine Kills
oh, you bastard!
versus I Prevail.
oh,
That
man.
that's
Eh,
that's.
Oh,
I mean, I Prevail's good.
yeah.
So is Ice Nine Kills. I mean, you know how much I
Yeah.
love Ice Nine Kills.
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and get mine out there. You know I'm gonna pick Ice Nine Kills. I'm not
Yeah.
picking besides Ice Nine. But I Prevail was one of those bands that literally got me into the music I love now. But Ice Nine Kills, they have opened my eyes to different worlds when it comes to music. They have their own genre of music. Technically, I call it theatercore because most of their stuff is based off horror movies, and they're so theatric. And I've seen them live 3 times, going to be 4 next year. It's just they're out of this world. I got to pick Ice Nine Kills. Caleb, since I know yours, go ahead and pick.
Yeah, I really love I Prevail. I do. Um, as it's real nostalgic for me. But very well my adoration for Ice Nine Kills, and I just also it's become definitely my favorite metal band of today's time, and I just feel like we should also mention, since we're saying Ice Nine Kills, everybody be sure to go watch the Terrifier 3 on October 13th, because they will be in the very end of the movie with their new song.
Well, it's October 11th when it's come out, but Caleb's
Oh,
right.
is it the 11th? Oh, okay.
After the end of the credits of the movie, they are going to debut their song, A Work of Art, and it's going to be the theme song for Terrifier 3, which, we got the first word from David Howard Thornton. You heard it here first. So, but
Hey, quick question.
yeah.
If it's a theme song, wouldn't it be at the beginning?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's just, maybe.
Shouldn't it at least?
I mean, it could be in the movie, but I just know they're debuting the music video in the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And I think that they said that we know for a fact that David Howard Thornton filmed with him, so he'll actually be in the music video. So
Yeah.
that'll be a really cool thing, Shout out to Mr. Thornton for giving us that nice exclusive. We appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ice Nine Kills all the way. I love I Prevail, but Ice Nine Kills.
All right, Ridge.
I prevail.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not angry at that.
Yeah. No,
That's
I'm not angry at
understandable.
all. Yeah, I get it.
Mikey.
I'm gonna have to say Ice Nine Kills because they're pretty much at the top of my Spotify replay.
Oh yeah.
And Kelsey.
I'm gonna go with I Prevail. Only I know, like I love Ice Nine Kills. I love like the theater that I love their performance. They're incredible live. But I have this thing. Any band with a song that can make me genuinely weep
Yeah.
at their music goes immediately to the top of my list.
Which song?
And
Which song is it though?
Every Time You Leave.
Oh, that's a good one. I was thinking My Heart I Surrender.
That one's a good one too, but
That one's.
I mean, given like what I've been through and stuff, Every Time You Leave is always going to be at the top for me.
Yeah. Well, either way, Ice Nine wins.
Ooh.
I'm saying
It's rigged.
the net. I'm telling you, the one that they're gonna have to face next, either one of them is gonna be a fucking doozy. The last one that's not gonna be as controversial, but it will be a little controversial. Avenged Sevenfold versus A Day to Remember.
Oh.
God.
Ridge, I'll let you take the fold on that one, brother.
Here's this L.
Ridge, hold this, and it's an L.
Ridge, go ahead, brother.
Easily for me, Avenged Sevenfold.
I mean, you do have a Dear God tattoo, so.
I was about to say, I have them tattooed on me with Dear God. I mean, Dear God, I love their music, so.
Caleb?
Any of their
sorry.
songs just pop.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Caleb?
Well, you already probably know how I feel about this. Seeing Avenged, I've always loved Avenged Sevenfold, but seeing them in concert, like seeing them live, was just a religious experience.
Yeah.
And for me, it's definitely gonna have to be Avenged Sevenfold.
Mikey?
This brain hurty.
I feel like I'm taking constant psychic damage.
Blood vessel pop yet?
No. Okay, so let me lay it out like this. A Day to Remember was my introduction to like heavier, like not necessarily grunge, but like the heavier feelings of rebellion in terms of music, right? It's very nostalgic to me. I didn't get into Avenged Sevenfold until I got more physically mature. So it's waiting between what I've seen and what I know in concert. Like I've seen Avenged Sevenfold in concert, and it was a religious experience versus the nostalgia of A Day to Remember. And Lord forgive me, I pick A Day to Remember.
Oh, no.
Lord forgive me. I'm sorry.
Kelsey.
That's a rough decision there.
Kelsey, let's get your point, man.
All right.
Go ahead, take me out back and shoot me like a lame horse.
Come on, old Yeller.
Mine is the absolute opposite of Mikey. I was introduced to Avenged Sevenfold by my oldest brother with the album that had recently come out, Nightmare. And I stole that CD from him and played it on repeat. I didn't get into A Day to Remember until I was well over an adult. Now, if teenage me had gotten a hold of that, they would probably be my choice. but because of the CD Nightmare, I'm gonna have to say Avenged Sevenfold.
And if you know me, you know what I'm picking. Avenged Sevenfold, to me, is my second favorite band of all time behind Metallica. And like Mikey and Caleb said, seeing them live was a religious experience. And as Kelsey said,
I'll go ahead and I'll
Nightmare.
remove myself from this podcast.
Nightmare was my like full-on introduction. I heard of their music before, but Nightmare was what opened my eyes. And I still blast that album so much. I blast all their albums, honestly, but Nightmare was just that. I don't know. It's
I mean, come on. Hail
like,
to the King.
I mean, that album is fire too, but Nightmare.
Yes. I'm
Not
a
to
old school
mention,
guy, but
here-
you know.
a respectable song here is the one that was on Call of Duty, the Zombies game, as a special song.
What is that?
Carry On.
Carry On. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
That song. But we can't
I'm
leave.
sorry, so nostalgic.
Well, you can't leave out the self-name album though. I mean, honestly, when we look at the track list, that's got to be their greatest album of all time. It's hard not
It's
to say.
always,
What'd you say, Rich?
it's always whenever the band releases a self-named album,
Yes.
it has a shit ton of good bop.
Yes. Oh man.
Something about that. Whenever they do that, you know automatically.
Lord. It's just that album right there was just. Whew.
Can I just say, really quickly?
No.
This is not okay. All right.
Sorry, I had to make a little change here because I had to.
I thought you were just about to say sorry. I had to mute Mikey.
I had to make this list more controversial. All right. But we end this thing like swimwear. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on a second. Mikey, go ahead and say what you was going to say. I'm curious.
I just wanted to say, like, I did pick A Day to Remember on nostalgia, a lot like Kelsey picked Avenged Sevenfold. And I do love Avenged Sevenfold. It's just when I think of A Day to Remember, I think of a lot of their songs that really did help me through harder times. Like, of course, there's Mr. Highway. There's I'm Made of Wax, Larry. All Signs Point to Lauderdale, Have Faith in Me, Naivety. Like, a lot of those songs really helped me in rough times and made me feel like I was better seen, even. Like, I just felt like I was visible somehow when I listened to some of the songs. But that's my biggest reasons for picking them. But in terms of just like overall yay or nay, I would pick Avenged Sevenfold if it wasn't for the nostalgia.
Understandable.
I will say, A Day to Remember is a fantastic band, and they are one of the the path makers for this genre, like for metalcore music. One of the OGs. And speaking of OGs, I don't know if y'all heard, but they're bringing back Warped Tour next year.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's
So,
we'll just have to have a whole nother pod in general to discuss all about that. I mean, that's according to what I've heard.
Oof. All right, so let's get really controversial here, boys. Shake them out, because this is about.
And girl.
Well, yeah, she's one of the boys, though. So, fight me. All right, so this is about to get nuts. So for real.
I'm about to fight you.
So for real, get y'all pants ready, because they about to drop. This
I ain't wearing no pants.
All right, so
this is definitely not a Diddy party,
son.
All right, go ahead.
Motionless in White.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Or
versus Asking Alexandria.
You asshole!
You son of a bitch!
I fucking hate you so much.
This one's rough for me too.
Oh.
No, you did it to yourself, and you're making us pay the consequences. You fuck. Ah.
All right.
Why would you
I'm
do
gonna
us?
I'm gonna let Ridge go first because I have a feeling I know the answer. But go ahead, Ridge.
No, you do know the answer. That's the amazing thing. If anyone knows me, they know the answer. And we talked about it with Avenged Sevenfold on the self-titled, self-named albums.
Yep.
To me, it's Asking Alexandria, hands down. Asking Alexandria was my mm, heavy metal introduction band. All right. And the song that I got introduced on is the one that they won't play no more. Understandably so, as not the American average. And I cannot tell you how many times I listened to that on repeat, just wanting to throw bows at the wall like my name was Kyle. All right.
Look, man.
It, they've just they've just been a great band to listen to, and like whenever their self named title came or album came out, uh,
When Danny
that
came back.
yeah, that album was close to a certain time that I was going through, and it just really helped me out. So I really appreciate that band, and they will forever be my favorite.
All right, Mikey. I'm gonna let you take this next one.
I am so emotionally hurt. I am so deeply hurt. I am
This is the
wounded.
worst.
I am getting bad negative energy from all over this house right now, and I'm not even an empath. I How am I supposed to choose between Danny and Chris? You're asking me to compare Under Denver versus Cyberhex. Like I can't. I'm literally glitching out here. I feel like Caleb. I feel uncomfortable in my skin. This must be what meth addicts feel like without another hit. Like I feel scratchy. Something's wrong. They're in the walls. I'm
This is a
You broke him.
really
hell.
hard one.
You broke him.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I both have done so much for me. Like spiritually, artistically, emotionally, both have evoked feelings in me I didn't know I had.
You
Just like
honestly, I can
deeper,
say, Mikey.
profound meanings of each.
I can say you're welcome for bringing you into this fandom.
Yeah, thanks. And now I curse your name and all who follow you. Uh, okay, enough stammering. I really have to make a decision. I'm gonna say as much as like you, Rich, though not exactly the same. I had a lot of emotional experiences with Asking Alexandria. I pointed out Under Denver specifically, and that song evoked something from me so deep and so powerful. Of course, there's also Alone in a Room. Like, there's so much there that brought forth feelings of all kinds. And then there's Motionless in White, who have some of the, like, in my personal opinion, some of the greatest sounds. I love a lot of their music. Reincarnate, Cyberhex, uh, Slaughterhouse. Like, there's just so much. But I'm going to pick Motionless in White because I listen to them more frequently.
Okay, Caleb.
This is the hardest decision I think I've had to make so far. I love Motionless in White. I really do. They've given us so many bangers from, just, I mean, come on, Rhea Ripley. Let's be
Yep.
honest. When you hear This Is My Brutality hit on that screen and you just get that song drop, it's just amazing. However, I am going with Asking Alexandria purely for the nostalgic reasons.
Hell yeah. Kelsey?
I could kill you. Um. Oh. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So this is gonna be controversial, but I'm gonna take it on the chin. All right. Asking Alexandria because their music has been consistently good.
She's got it there.
That
You
statement,
got a point.
that statement alone is controversial because a lot of people think they fell off after their self-name album, which
No, no, no,
they're
no.
fucking stupid.
No. No. Okay, so I've been listening since I was a tween in high school, and they have been consistently on my playlists. I didn't get into Motionless in White until like last year because I did not like their music. But their new music is tolerable to me. I love them. They're great. I love the music that they're coming out with. And here's the controversial part, and you're probably going to kick me off. They sound too much like they're trying to be somebody else. Like their music style has changed to appease people now.
Hmm.
And I'm sorry, but hang on, let me let's see. I like okay, Eternally Yours is great. That is like one of my songs on my playlist. I love, slow ballads. I love rock ballads. That's like one of my favorite things. But their newer stuff sounds too much like they're trying to be. I know. I'm so scared to say it. I don't want you to hate me. Breaking Benjamin.
Okay, Ronnie Radke.
I didn't say he was stealing from Ronnie Radke. I don't, he's a whole that's a whole nother podcast, okay, about Ronnie. But I just can't help it whenever I hear his voice. I don't know if they're both from Pennsylvania or what, but they've both got the same sound.
I agree.
I can see the comparison, but
I
this is
mean, they do sound a lot alike. When you really like, there's oftentimes I thought, when a song would come out, you'd ask me who I know it was, and I would say that, and you would be like, "No, it's him." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, you could definitely see how I would think."
Listen, every time I listen to Masterpiece, I think it's Ben singing, and that alone that alone makes me love Ben more. I don't know why, but his sound is irreplaceable and it is, unimitable,
yeah. All
But
right,
Masterpiece sounds like it should have been sung by Breaking Benjamin.
all right. So I got to give my opinion, of course, and all of y'all know I am head over heels over both of these bands. I mean, I've seen them both live, and they both put on amazing shows. But
You've met one of them.
I've only met one of them, and that was Asking Alexandria. And the thing is me and Ridge. Like Ridge said, he was going through a certain moment in life when the self-named album came out. But I was there with him in those moments.
Uh-huh.
And the impact that the self-named album alone had on our friendship, even my wife listens to that album. And she doesn't really listen to the most heavier stuff. But hell, not even that. A Prophecy, like Rich said, Not American Average, the final episode, the stage, you name it. There's Motionless in White is fantastic. And like Mikey said, Reincarnate, that song just makes me want to fight hardcore. But Asking Alexandria means so much to me. Danny Worsnop is, to me, one of the greatest singers who ever lived. That man is amazing. The band is amazing. And that's why I'm picking Asking Alexandria.
All right. Can I say two things real quick?
Yep.
Okay. Thing number one is I hope and I doubt it, but I hope at Bad Blood they use Bad Blood from Asking Alexandria as a theme.
That would be cool.
That just fit perfectly, I think. Also, to go back on the consistency thing, Asking Alexandria kind of did lose their consistency at one point
Yeah, at one point.
whenever Dennis came in. I did not care for Dennis at all, especially the song Black. Even though I listened to it a couple of times, I just did, you know, it just reminded me of something like a little kid would sing, okay? So the consistency kind of fell off, but then it picked back up whenever Danny came back. So
And I also got to bring up, because I've got the album pretty much sitting right next to me in my vinyl stack, Like a House on Fire, dude. That album is almost as special as the self-named album, in my opinion. That's just because I think I can't tell you how many times me and Mikey have sat there and listened to the whole album front to back. This, they're perfect. They're damn near perfect. If it wasn't for that little blotch with Dennis, then whatever. But we don't really talk about that anymore. So,
we don't talk about Dennis. No, no.
all right. Next, we've got two
Don't do it.
powerhouses.
Don't do it.
We got Slipknot
I can't
Oh,
take
okay.
it.
Interesting.
versus Five Finger Death Punch.
Uh, uh,
Kelsey, I'll let you go first on this one.
He's trying to kill y'all.
Okay. All right. As much as I love Five Finger Death Punch, I'm gonna go with Slipknot. And before you hate me, it's just simply because I think of Five Finger Death Punch as more of a cover band than anything. I love their covers, and that's really what I associate them with. Whereas Slipknot is just art, constant art. I love them. I've been listening to them since I could listen to music. So
All right, Caleb.
yeah, I agree. I really love Five Finger Death Punch, but they do kind of scream cover band to me as well. And Slipknot is just their own genuine thing that, like, it takes a lot of creativity to birth something special like they have, and so I'm gonna have to go with Slipknot.
All right, Mikey.
Okay, so as like everyone else, I'm gonna start this with the words. As much as I love Five Finger Death Punch, and I do really like some of their music, sometimes I see Five Finger Death Punch come on, and I'm like, the Marine Corps. Uh,
I mean, come on, Bad Company.
and so it's like, okay, so military violence in the form of music, right? You following me? Wanton violence. So we've got
Yeah.
articulated and put together violence, or break everything that is not nailed to the floor.
Yep.
Slipknot, because I love Unsainted. It has a death grip on me, and I cannot get rid of it.
Ridge.
Beyond
Oh, sorry.
hitting the Macarena to Custer, I've got nothing else.
Ridge. I know he's gonna be the odd one out. I feel it.
Yeah, you're right. I am going to be odd one out because I love Five Finger Death Punch.
That's understandable.
Because
That's fine. Yeah, that's
to
respectable.
me, you know, there are certain songs that just hit harder with them for me. Like Wrong Side of Heaven, it just hits
yeah,
harder to me on certain days, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's just certain songs that just hit hard. Remember Everything.
Mm-hmm.
I spelt that out like there's no tomorrow, and it sounds ugly as hell coming from me, but I don't care because I just feel it in the moment.
Look, Five Finger Death Punch. Y'all, I mean, up until Ridge, y'all haven't mentioned a lot of the songs that like really get to people. Like Ridge said, remember everything. Like remember everything. My
can.
my personal Five Finger Death Punch song of all time is "Coming Down."
Mm-hmm.
That song puts me into places I ain't never been. That shit hurts. Jacqueline Hyde. Um, I mean,
That
hell,
makes you want to fight somebody.
there's so many songs that they like you make a grown man cry, but Slipknot. When most people think of metal music, Slipknot's got to be at least in the top 10 bands they're going to bring up. With the creativity of almost every single album, they have a new mask. The how they still play their old shit and like sound better than they did back then. Dude, first the main selling point really is Corey Taylor. Man, like first of all, Stone Sour, he does his own shit, and Slipknot on top of all that, and his son is just as good.
Mm-hmm.
Slipknot is one of the like at least top 10 bands all time in my opinion. They're like just so consistent. There's not a to me not a bad album by them. And this I mean think of Psychosocial, Unsainted, Nero Forte. I mean Iowa, the whole album of Iowa. And like we said before, their self-named album, their first album is one of the most iconic albums in new metal history. So, sorry Ridge, Slipknot wins. All right,
Yeah.
guys. These are the fighting ones for the first round. Kelsey, I'm about to hurt your feelings.
Don't do it.
We've got Breaking Benjamin
You bastard.
versus 3 Days Grace.
No, I knew it. No.
3 Days Grace versus Breaking Benjamin.
I was honestly expecting
No.
a different one, but that hurts.
Oh, the next one's probably going to hurt worse. I'm telling you
I have a
this.
feeling I know what that one's going to be.
But Breaking Benjamin versus 3 Days Grace. And Kelsey, I'm going to save you
All right.
for last.
Okay.
Because
Let you think
Caleb,
about
I'm
it.
gonna have to sit here. I'm about to get my boxing gloves on because each one of y'all about to have a busted nose.
all right. Ridge, I'll let you go
Yeah, catch
first.
me first.
What?
I said, yeah, catch me first.
All right, Ridge, go first, brother.
Breaking Benjamin.
That's just clean and simple. Breaking Benjamin.
Breaking Benjamin. Clean and simple.
Word. Caleb.
I love that music more.
I really like 3 Days Grace. However, Breaking Benjamin, I really did grow up a lot with that, especially with David, my brother, and it's just I'm gonna have. I know it's. I love 3 Days Grace, but I like Breaking Benjamin better. So yeah.
Mikey. I think he's dead.
He's clear.
Where am I? What's going on? What am I picking between?
Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace.
Oh no, fuck that.
And he stroked back out.
Okay. Uh, Breaking Benjamin, because have y'all ever felt a feel?
Yeah.
Have you ever just felt
Yeah.
something in the center of your chest? Do you know what really burns in my soul?
Alcohol.
The word, yeah, but the word tourniquet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing makes me want to clench my fists and grit my teeth in bitter pain as I squeeze my eyes shut, trying to get rid of the tears.
Yeah,
More.
I know what song you're thinking of.
Well, he just said tourniquet.
No, I know another song that's just as painful.
And I'm gonna go ahead and give my thing because I want Kelsey to have this last part. The thing about both of these bands, they are nostalgic to almost anybody. Honestly, 3 Days Grace has got one of the greatest albums in rock history. I will argue that that's one of the best albums of all time. And Adam Gontier, that man's voice, Jesus, dude.
Iconic.
But after Adam left, they fell off. In my opinion, I know a lot of people don't think so, but in my opinion, and I've seen Breaking Benjamin live, and Breaking Benjamin does things to the human body that most things can't, most bands can't. The emotion that is behind their music, the stories that they tell with their songs, Breath, I Will Not Bow, Tourniquet, Torn in Two, Red Cold River, Diary of
Dear Agony.
Jane, Phobia, Dear Agony.
That
There's
one's mine.
there is no bad album by Breaking Benjamin. Breaking Benjamin takes the cake for me. Kelsey,
Okay,
that
y'all already know my answer,
yep.
but I'm gonna have to dive deep here. So, 3 Days Grace was, picture it, 2010. Okay, my best friend introduces me to 1X, and that they are the first step I take into listening to harder. I'm gonna use a quote here: harder music, because I was not into that stuff at all. So I was really into 1X. Like, that was, like Jordan said, one of the best albums of all time. But I was on YouTube looking through these songs, and the first song that comes on, or like the next song I click, is called Breath. And after that, I
You ascended.
I ascended, brother. Listen, Breath is the song that led me to my husband, because that is the first song I played for him. I gave him one of my earbuds when we were in high school, and I was like, "You got to listen to this song." That's the first song he ever heard by them, and he loves them, and we're seeing them in less than 3 days. But they don't have a bad album. They came back after a hiatus, and it is better than, like, they're still killing it. I mean, even from the very first album, there's banger after banger, and I there's no song that I skip. Period. Ever. There's no bad song. I can't think of one song genuinely that I just don't listen to. So Breaking Benjamin wins.
And
Yeah, that's
you have to put on top Ben with his condition. That
Exactly. Yeah.
this guy since the Phobia album has been sick, like, and has been to hundreds of doctors, and they can't tell him what's wrong. And
Well,
oh, go ahead.
he went through such a journey when he was younger, like going through, getting married, having a kid, um, going through struggling with alcoholism and trying to fight his demons, battling every single day, fighting his demons, trying to find a purpose in life. Like, he loved his band, but they just weren't working out. You know, he struggled so hard with maintaining relationships with people, and for him to just continue for him to go through the process of getting sober and then coming back better than ever is he needs all the high praise. And even with him being sick, like his liver and stuff, even with him being sick, he still performs. He outperforms
Yeah, he does.
so many people, and he loves his fans.
And this
I mean, I
man,
know he's a little phobic of a lot of things, but the man is incredible. He performs so amazing. I've seen him twice, and I'm about to see him 3 times, and I'm gonna cry like it's the first time.
and like the only time I've ever seen him is with Kelsey. And I've seen, bands numerous of times, been in crowds where the crowd's into it, but I've never seen a crowd into music as much as I've seen as a Breaking Benjamin crowd. The crowd singing almost every lyric to every song, to the point where Ben literally started crying and literally had to back off from the microphone because he was starting to cry. Like, it's just emotion. Are y'all ready for this next one?
I don't know.
I don't know. You got my blood pressure up right now.
You're really not ready for this next one.
I'm gonna
Look ready.
barge into your room and kill you while we're in the middle of this call.
I'm gonna come.
Hollywood Undead versus the Lincoln Park.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Ridge, I'll let you take his first off.
Lincoln Park.
Respectable.
That was the first, I guess. Is it safe to just call them rap rock?
They're alternative. That's the best way to put it.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that was my first taste of it, and then eventually, after a while, around probably I guess the same time as Asking Alexandria is whenever I heard Hollywood Undead, but Lincoln Park was something that my dad listened to, and that him listening to it got me into it. I have the vinyl of a Lincoln Park, so
All right.
Lincoln Park,
Caleb.
simple.
Caleb.
For me, it's 100% Linkin Park. Even though I disagree with how the band has moved forward, for me, it's Linkin Park. I mean, I grew up. They were basically my first really like heavy like lyric music genre that I heard, and I just fell in love with them. And I mean, they're probably if I had a top five, they would definitely be in the one of the first three spots. I mean, I even have In the End set as my Fortnite lobby music. I mean, I love Linkin Park, so it's gonna have to be Linkin Park.
Mikey.
Oh. See, this hurts because in one ear right now, I have Hear Me Now, and in the other ear, I have Waiting for the End.
Mm.
Brother, that is exactly the song that's in my ear right now.
Get out of my head!
Mine
We're
was
sharing the
Crawl.
brain cell.
I had Crawl in mind.
I'm ready to be a single-celled organism.
I thought you were quoting the I'm ready to be a single mother.
Mikey, you gotta choose, bro. Come on.
Sorry, my earbuds died without warning. I'm gonna pick Lincoln Park, not out of lack of love,
Kelsey.
but because Waiting for the End.
Kelsey, I saved you. I saved you for the last one because we all know how much Hollywood Undead and Linkin Park mean to both of us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah, Hollywood Undead shaped us as children. Okay, we should have not listened to them as early as we did,
no,
but that Undead album changed our lives completely.
no, the album you're thinking of is American Tragedy.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
But Swan Song is a great album too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Anyway, like just based on like us as children listening to that for the first time and it absolutely just changing the course of history here. Like that was a canon moment for us both.
Yeah.
Um However, Linkin Park with Transformers and with Waiting for the End and what I've done, and there's just too many songs that we have both like shed tears over because it was so lyrically moving, like touching our soul type music. Whereas, I mean, Hollywood Undead is fun, and it probably makes me want to kill myself.
My
However,
legs are dangling.
yeah, no, like Hollywood Undead is what I listen to when I'm, when there's a little part of me that's like, you know what, I think I'm gonna do it. And then when I listen to Linkin Park, it's like, man, I think I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Linkin Park. I'm
You
gonna have to go with Linkin Park.
you really had to make that fucking joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're talking about Chester Bennington here.
Yeah, I know the
Yeah.
greatest of all time.
Look,
Uh.
Hollywood Undead shaped me as a kid, like Kelsey said. Those I still jam to those songs to this day, but so I do with Linkin Park even more. And one thing that most people didn't bring, or all y'all didn't bring up, is Chester Bennington.
Well, I didn't know we were supposed to mention him.
Well,
Sorry, was I supposed to mention him?
no, the only reason I brought that up is because you brought up a suicide joke.
Okay, listen. When you've been suicidal, you can make those kinds of jokes.
I give you that. I give you that. I give
Yes.
you that. But like Kelsey said, I mean, y'all and most y'all didn't even bring it up. One thing, I don't know why.
It doesn't even matter how hard you try.
And
Hyper.
keep that in mind
Keep
every
that in
time I'm
mind.
trying to remind myself how I.
Try so hard.
Look, Hyper Theory, Meteora. Um, dude, I can't like. There's so many albums that are almost perfect back to front to back, and even when they re-released Meteora and came out with like the 25th anniversary or 20th anniversary, the new songs that they released, I can't tell you how like it was hearing Chester's voice again
Mm-hmm.
on a song that I haven't heard before. But Giving Up, and we all have
Mm.
to say Waiting for the End has got to be one of the best songs of all time. That song
That's fact.
that song brings tears to my eyes every time I listen to it. But I have to say Linkin Park. I love Hollywood Undead more than most people, but Linkin Park, that's a rough one to beat.
Hey, you still got that poster?
Yep, I do. Yep, I do. I've got an autographed poster by Hollywood Undead, by the way, Kelsey.
Shut up.
Ridge got it for me.
I'm at them, so
All right.
me
So,
and Charlie talked about it.
all right. Look, this next round, guys, we've been through all the bands already. Good, but this next round is gonna make us sick, and it's gonna make people fight. Let me get the easy ones out of the way. We got Papa Roach versus Linkin Park. I feel like that's easy.
Yeah.
I think we're all gonna say Linkin Park on that.
Yeah.
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 Let's think of Papa Roach.
Ridge, shut the hell up. No, you wouldn't.
No, you wasn't.
All
You
right.
right, I wasn't.
This is gonna be a good one. Electric Cowboy versus Slipknot.
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 Ridge.
Well, fuck my answer then.
Explain why you would put Electric Cowboy over Slipknot.
Because I bop hard with Electric Cowboy.
I know you do. I knew you
Even
would.
their older shit before their new lead singer, I bop with them fuckers hard.
Well, I'm gonna have to say a big sorry because Slipknot's taking this cake.
That's the reason why I said my opinion don't matter.
Look, Slipknot. Like I love Electric Cowboy, but nostalgia and just pure greatness.
No nostalgia this, nostalgia that.
All right, y'all want to get shifty? Ice Nine Kills versus Breaking Benjamin.
Breaking Benjamin. No contest.
Ice Nine Kills.
You're okay. I was gonna say a slur, but never mind.
Mikey.
Look, I love Breaking
That's what I'm saying.
Benjamin, but I really love Ice Nine Kills.
Mikey.
Man, that's some bullshit. Breaking Benjamin because Kelsey showed me Breaking Benjamin before you showed me Ice Nine.
Mm.
I guess any
Ridge.
reason goes now, huh?
Ridge.
I love how he sounded so scared to give that answer.
Yeah, he was expecting to hear the house rumbling and me.
No, he would have felt the earthquaking because I'd be making my ass up there.
All right, Ridge.
I'd be rolling. I'd be steamrolling.
Breaking Benji.
Breaking Benjamin's going to win, but Ice Nine Kills. Look, I'm gonna give you a good reason. I'm not, Breaking Benjamin.
The zone.
Look, Breaking Benjamin is out of this world amazing. I've seen them once. But Ice Nine Kills, I've seen them 3 times in 3 years. The like Avenged Sevenfold, Asking Alexandria, Linkin Park, they changed me. I've got a whole shrine in my room right now to them. I've got almost all their albums on vinyl. My opinion doesn't matter because Breaking Benjamin wins, but I just say Ice Nine Kills for personal reasons, not realistic, but personal.
Yeah, and I mean, I love Breaking Benjamin. I do. I really wanted to pick them, but I have not wanted to see a band more than I've seen. Than I've wanted to see Ice Nine.
Okay, is it the theater aspect of it? Like
No, the
the show
music
that
for
they put
me.
on?
The sound,
Yeah,
the scene. Look, the thing with like how Ben sounds live, right? Like they sound perfect, right? Ice Nine Kills is exactly perfect, and on top of all that, they're doing all the theatrics with singing perfectly, screaming perfectly. It's just like mind
it,
blowing.
yeah,
Mikey,
it's crazy talent.
though Mikey picked Breaking Benjamin, he could tell you that like the first time me and Mikey saw Ice Nine live, we went absolute bonkers. We almost died of thirst and fucking dehydration. And I'm talking about every single time another song came on, me and him would just look at each other and be like, ah! Like when SpongeBob and Patrick get the fucking leaf mustaches.
The-
We were just like, oh, oh, oh. And
Okay, that's not fair to Mikey though. He's not seen Breaking Benjamin live.
no, he hasn't. But I'm just saying on that, like, that's what I'm saying. He picked Breaking Benjamin, but
No. Yeah. No,
he
I
can back me
understand.
up
I
on that.
understand. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah. That's good. I'm just
all right.
saying.
Changing to this next one, Ridge, you're gonna have a hard time with this one.
Yeah, well,
Avenged Sevenfold versus Asking Alexandria. Go ahead, Ridge.
I figured we had me for last since I was going to have such a hard time with
Yeah,
it.
no, we will. Caleb, go first.
oh man, that's so hard. Oh, I love Avenged Sevenfold, and I love Asking Alexandria. If I'm gonna have to go off of what I based off of just what I listen to the most, it'd have to be Avenged Sevenfold.
All right, Mikey.
That blood vessel just popped on him. I heard it.
Oh my god.
Think he about shit himself too. I can smell it.
I don't wanna. Do I have to?
Yeah.
Yep, you sure do. If I have to, you have to.
Son of a bitch. All right. Avenged Sevenfold.
Word. All right, Kelsey.
Avenged Sevenfold, and because of So Far Away.
Mm, mm. All right. No, it looks like it's leaning a little bit, but I have to go with the Congregation. Though I love Aston Alexandria, and I've met them, and I've seen them multiple times, Avenged Sevenfold still is holy to me. Like, that's top tier, extra top tier. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. There's not much arguing with that on my side. But Ridge, I know, whatever you pick doesn't really matter, but I still want your thoughts on it.
No, but sure don't matter what my opinion is again. That's okay though. Uh, to me, it's still asking Alexandria. And the song that I'm thinking of right now is where did it go? Right?
Yeah, where did it go?
Yep, that's the song that hit hard with me.
Dude, that song, when we heard that song live the first time we heard him, you freaked out. 'Cause that was just
Belting it out loud, that was my emotions running right there, son.
I'm sorry, man, but
But it is what it is.
I mean, at least it's a band that also means something to you. But
Yeah, they're both respectable.
all right, we're in the final four. We got Linkin Park versus Slipknot. Caleb, go ahead.
Lincoln Park. I love Slipknot. I love Lincoln Park. I love Lincoln Park more.
Ridge.
Slipknot.
Whoa.
Slipknot was one that I'd listen to while playing video games. Any racing game, I would turn them on in the background, and I became a badass. I listened to some before I forget. Doing the Macarena to some custard out of nowhere, twerking to custard. Yeah.
Mikey,
Lincoln Park.
Kelsey,
Linkin Park.
and I'm gonna say Linkin Park.
At this point,
Again, my
I'm
opinion
just
don't
pulling.
fucking matter. Goddamn.
Dang it,
At this
Ridge.
point, I'm just spinning the cylinder and rolling the gun. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter in this game of Russian roulette. I'm pulling the trigger.
Look,
Exactly.
Slipknot is iconic, but it's about emotions, man. It's not even nostalgic. It's emotions that band puts in me. That's the only reason I'm put above. I mean, I can't even say just Chester because Corey Taylor, like, that's two of the most powerful voices ever. But Linkin Park is just super crazy. All right, Avenged Sevenfold versus Breaking Benjamin.
Breaking Benjamin. Sorry. I mean, there with me is there's no contest.
All right, Caleb.
Boy, I really, really want to say Breaking Benjamin. I really do. But I've never seen them in live. I almost got to see them live once. Didn't get to go to that, but I'm gonna have to say because I've seen them live and because it's not. I don't listen to Avenged Sevenfold more than I listen to Breaking Benjamin, but I've seen them live, and based just on that, I'll have to go with Avenged.
All right, Mikey.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Kelsey's fuming. Yeah, I can feel it.
I'm
We're so
taking the brain
sorry.
cell back. You don't need it.
That was his last single cell.
Ridge.
A7X.
A7X, baby.
I'm sorry, Kelsey, but Avenged
I don't want to
Sevenfold
hear it.
takes the
I don't want to
motherfucking
hear it.
cake.
I don't want to hear it. Boo.
All right. Look, both of them are so emotionally involved with me, and they're both two of the greatest ever, in my opinion. But Avenged Sevenfold is like I said, Metallica, Avenged Sevenfold. It's just undeniable. But this next one is the hardest one out of all of them. Avenged Sevenfold versus Linkin Park. Kelsey, go ahead. Kelsey?
I'm thinking
Oh, I thought you dipped, dog.
I'm about to. Oh gosh. Man,
What is this
both
ad?
powerhouses. Lincoln Park.
Respectable. You can go either way on this one. Like, I get it. Caleb?
Oddly enough, as much as I love A7X, I'm saying Linkin Park, and I'm saying that's surprising because I've seen, Avenged Sevenfold live. I haven't seen Linkin Park live, but Linkin Park just means so much to me as a group that for me it's just my favorite when it comes to the two options I have there.
Ridge?
Avenged Sevenfold.
Mikey, guess what? I'm going to let you have the deal breaker.
Oh wow.
Because I choose Avenged Sevenfold.
Ooh,
Though Linkin Park means the world to me. Again, with the Breaking Benjamin thing, Avenged Sevenfold is top tier. It's undeniable how much. I mean, if you know me, Avenged Sevenfold is that band. I mean, so is Linkin Park, but I can't not say Avenged Sevenfold. Mikey, choose the winner.
Man, this shit's foul. I can't believe you do me like this.
No pressure.
No, it's a lot of pressure.
There's only one right answer.
You're right. You're right, Rich. There is only one right answer. Lincoln Park.
yes,
Oh,
I knew it.
I knew he was going to say Linkin Park.
I knew he would. Yeah, respectable.
I'm
I
holding on
understand
to
why
stuff
y'all
that
picked
I haven't
Avenged,
got.
but
All
Well,
right, get out.
like apparently, y'all have never sat there with all the lights turned off, with waiting for the end playing softly in the background, and you're
I,
trying your best to hold back tears.
I don't know who you're talking to. Of course I have. If anybody loves Linkin Park, it's me. But
I'm just
yeah,
back to my previous statement. If you can make me sob, it's up there.
I mean, you brought up So Far Away.
Yeah, true, but I've cried more to Lincoln Park.
I'll give you that. Well, Linkin Park wins our list. I do want
Let's
to
go.
I do want to say some honorable mentions because we couldn't fit them all on the tier
It
bracket.
was rigged.
But just to name some to give some respect. I mean, Falling in Reverse.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I for sure thought you were gonna put them up against Black Veil Brides.
yes, that's what I was thinking too.
That's another one. Black Veil Brides.
Yeah,
Bring Me the
Slaughter to
Horizon.
Prevail.
Bring Me the Horizon. Slaughter to
Oh yeah,
Prevail. Um,
Yeah.
this is a bunch that we could have put on there, but that's all we could put on the list at the moment. But great list. That was pretty nice. That was a good chunk of the episode, and I liked it. So this new segment, we brought it up in the last couple of episodes, I believe. But since it's spooky season, up until Halloween, we're gonna tell a scary story each episode, and our very own narrator, Michael, is going to lead off this year with a spooky tale. Go ahead, Mikey.
Yeah, I was about to say, real quick, for anyone who doesn't know, Michael and Mikey, that's me. Everyone just calls me Mikey. And it makes me feel really weird when a member of my family calls me Michael in a situation that's not serious.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Please say just don't ever call him that again, Jordan.
I call him what I'm
later. I know where you live because I live with you. Okay. So this story is called The Whistling in the Woods. It is said that no one from the Hollow dared venture to Black Brant Ridge after dark. Most didn't even cross the ridge during the day unless they absolutely had to. There were stories, old stories, whispered late at night around campfires, shared between generations. But the one thing everyone knew, whether they believed in the stories or not, was to never follow the whistling. Some said it was a ghost. Others called it a spirit. The oldest folks in the hollow had another name for it, the Whistler. No one had seen it and lived to tell the tale that anyone knew of. And no one ever returned from Black Branch if they were foolish enough to go looking around for the sound. Marlin and his little brother Benny didn't believe in the old tales. Or at least that's what they told themselves. After all, the stories were meant to scare kids, right? Keep them obedient. Make sure they don't go running out into the holler to party. That's why when their friends dared them to camp near the ridge one night, they just laughed it off as another childish game. They set up the camp at dusk, the thick Appalachian forest rising around them like a wall. The trees rustled softly, the wind carried the scent of pine and earth. But it wasn't long before the wind stopped and the night became still. Too still. The fire crackled as they told stories and ate from a can of beans they had thrown on the fire. But something about the quiet pressed in on them. A heavy silence that felt like something or someone was watching. You don't think there's anything to these stories, do you? Benny asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Nah, just stories, Marlin muttered, though even he didn't sound very convinced. Then, just past the trees, from somewhere deep in the dark, the dank, the damp, came a faint whistling. It was distant at first, so soft that they might have thought it was the wind if it hadn't been so clear, so deliberate. It rose and fell in a haunting, unnatural melody. Benny went stiff, his eyes wide, and he grabbed at his brother's arm. Don't move, Marlin whispered, remembering the warning. Never follow the whistling. Don't even acknowledge it. But Benny was already standing, turning toward the sound. It could be someone in trouble, or someone trying to fuck with us, right? No, Benny, don't. Benny took a step towards the tree line, the whistle growing louder, clearer, like it was calling to him. Marlin's heart raced. He grabbed his brother by the jacket, yanking him back. The fire flickered, casting long shadows, and the whistling stopped, just for a moment. Then it resumed, but now it came from the other side of camp, as if something had moved around them, circling, like coyotes. Come back to the tent, Marlin urged, pulling Benny harder, but his brother's eyes were glassy, like he wasn't seeing what was in front of him anymore. The whistling was everywhere now. It echoed through the forest, coming from all directions. Marlin's chest tightened. He grabbed the lantern, flicking it on. He scanned the trees. The light barely cut through the fog that had crept in, swirling around the tree trunks, nearly snuffing out their fire. And then, just beyond the edge of the light, he saw it. A figure, tall and thin, standing impossibly still between two trees. Its skin was pale, almost gray in its eyes. Its eyes were hollow. Black pits stared back at him, unblinking. And its mouth, Jesus, its mouth was pursed, blowing the eerie tune that echoed through them damn woods. Marlin's breath caught. The thing didn't move, but the whistling still grew louder. And then Benny took a step toward it, as if he couldn't help himself. Marlin yanked harder on his little brother, and the lantern slipped from his grip, crashing into the ground, plunging him into darkness, albeit for what little embers were left in the fire. Then his hand slipped from his, and in the chaos, Marlin heard his brother's voice, soft, almost a whisper. Bubby, do you hear that? It's so beautiful. Marlin screamed for his brother, but Benny was already gone, vanished as if in smoke. Marlin turned circles, shouting his brother's name, but all he heard was the whistling, closer now, almost right next to him, deafening. And in the flashes of moonlight between the clouds and smoke, he saw them. Not just one figure. There were more. There were many. Dozens of them, standing just beyond the tree line, tall, with hollow eyes and pursed lips. They were all whistling the same chilling tune. Marlin ran, and didn't stop until he was back, home. Lungs burning, legs aching, but Benny never came out of them woods. The search party found nothing, no footprints, no sign of a struggle, just the brothers' empty tent and that strange stillness hanging over their old camp. And now, whenever the wind blows through Black Branch Ridge, folks swear they hear whistling, soft at first, but if you listen too long, they'll tell you it gets louder. And they say if you listen closely enough, you can hear the voices on the wind. And the Marlin, one of them sounds just like Benny, calling out for help. But ain't nobody dare answer no more. Never again.
Man, that was good, man.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
That was pretty freaking creepy, especially what we talked about last week.
Oh yeah.
That's why I chose to tell that story.
That was good, bro. Like for real, it was really good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I can't wait to do next week's now, because I feel like as we progress into Halloween, they're gonna get scarier.
Oh yeah, I feel like we're gonna get pretty fucking spooky with them.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just say sneak peek, guys, for the story that I'm gonna tell. It is going to be one of the legendary Prof Powers scary stories.
Awesome.
And it's one that actually terrified me that he told us at camp when we were at a camp called Camp Utananochi, and it's a very, very, very good scary story.
All right, Ridge, you got anything to say on that that story, man?
Good stuff.
Kelsey?
Oh, I'm just saying that anytime Mikey talks for a long period of time, I start falling asleep. Only because his voice is, kind of tranquil. And it's got like that nice cadence to it. But other than that, I'm his biggest hater. So it was good though, Mikey.
But I'm his biggest hater. That is the most used shit I've heard you say in months.
Man, so for the last little, before we end the podcast, I do want to make an announcement. As the podcast, we've been on a run, getting invited to conventions and everything. Um, we still got Scarefest coming up next month. I will be going to Spookula in Tampa at the beginning of the month, so there might be a couple things from it just to hold y'all over because we probably won't be able to record an episode that week. But this past week, we got accepted to go to Chattanooga Comic Con as some media. So we get to go to that's another convention. That's our third convention being welcomed in as guests and media. So I'm forever thankful to Chattanooga Comic Con for accepting us. But some great people are going to be there. Got a guy from Better Call Saul. We got John Wesley Shipp, who played the old school Flash in the TV
Oh,
series.
wait, which guy from Better Call Saul?
Patrick Fabian. He played Howard Hamlin.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, heck yeah, man! I'm gonna have to meet that guy. I
We
Uh,
love
got
Better
Cosmo
Call
and
Saul. Better
Wanda
Call
gonna
Saul
be
was one of my
there.
favorite
yeah,
series.
we got a couple people from Buffy. We got Rob Paulson going to be there. You know,
Oh,
Carl
okay.
Carl Weezer,
Yep.
Raphael, and the original Ninja Turtles. Um,
Also, Pinky from
Cosmo and
Pinky and the
Wanda,
Brain. If people don't know.
voice actors.
what'd you say, Rich?
The voice actors for Cosmo and Wanda will be there.
Yep. A voice actor for Mickey Mouse is going to be there. The voice actor for Goofy is going to be there.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Well, great.
Like Rich said, the voice actress for Wanda, the voice actor for Cosmo, and Timmy's dad is going to be
Also,
there.
Johnny Bravo's voice actor is going to be
Also,
there.
also Johnny Bravo's. What was his name? The Dinkelberg. What's his name?
Crocker?
Crocker's going to be there.
No, that's Timmy's dad.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Timmy's dad does
Timmy's
that.
dad was the one
Yeah,
that did.
Timmy got parents.
Yeah,
That
you're right. You're right.
definitely.
Yeah, the teacher. I can't remember his name.
Crocker.
Yeah, Mr. Crocker. Yeah.
Yeah.
But did y'all know that guy did the voice of Spyro?
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
And he also did the voice for the Taco Bell dog and Ken
Yeah.
Laszlo.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Steve
Uh, um,
Steve Cardenas. Is
Steve
that how you say his
Cardenas,
name?
brother. Rocky from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And Power Rangers Zeo, of course. But Steve Cardenas, the great. I did kind of get to meet him when we went to RangerCon last year. So that was. I'm excited to get to hopefully, interview him and get some words from him as a big Power Rangers fan. But there's
One
going
of
to
the
be
voices of Spider Man's going to be there, and some of the Transformers from the older cartoons.
Yep. A lot of people from My Hero is going to be there. The guy who played Crocodile in One Piece is going to be there. Yeah, it's going to be a great time, and I'm excited to cover it, man. We're going to have a great time with that. Um, but yeah, other than that, I don't think there's much left to really discuss. I mean, we had a great episode this week. I really love the music tier list that we did. Not tier list, but bracket we did. I thought that was a good time.
I thought it was rigged.
Rigged. Okay.
Like the NFL.
Oh my God, we're not even gonna get in that. You need to
NFL
shut the hell up.
I don't think we got time for that.
It ain't rigged.
But this was a great episode. Does anybody need to say anything?
Nothing more than, if you guys liked it, like, subscribe, favorite, add
If
us.
you didn't, oh well.
Yeah.
Do it anyways.
Yeah, do it anyways. Even if you didn't like what we had to say, I mean, like we like give us your input. Leave a comment. Let us know if you'd like us to look into covering something else on our podcast.
We
We're all
won't.
We'll take suggestions. Don't be a dick, Ridge.
dick,
Oh, I am though.
dick.
True.
I'm aware I'm an asshole. Okay.
We
Okay.
want your opinions. Ridge doesn't want your opinions. You can give them to us.
I don't give a fuck about your opinions. Fuck your opinions.
But Kelsey, thank you for being a part of the podcast. If you ever feel like you want to jump in on another podcast, just let us know, and we would love to have you on. Especially when we get
Bit.
into more of like some MCU stuff and all that. We can really get into some conversations about that.
Yeah, we'll let you know if there's ever a Loki conversation.
I mean, Loki's a part of the MCU, so we gotta, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I know she could probably go for hours about.
I'll come in with like a full pack of notes here.
All I'm gonna say is, I'd say somewhere in these next two films with Secret Wars, and I think we may very well see Tom Hiddleston one more time.
Well, we can hope.
Well, the Agatha show is currently running, so we'll see if there's any hints towards what he's been doing since he's taken over as He Who Remains.
Yeah, Yeah, I feel like we should talk about Agatha all along a little bit on another podcast as well, because like that's a whole other deal. Like some people think it's going to be really good, some people think it's going to be mid tier, and some people think it's going to be trash. So we'll just kind of have
Also,
to see how it
Penguin.
goes.
And also Penguin, yeah. I need to watch.
Yeah,
I need to catch up on those this week so we can discuss.
the Colin Farrell, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he. I mean, just I watched his whole makeup routine get done, and I was like, man, they put some thought into it.
But everybody, that was the episode. We thank you so much for being a part of it. Like they said, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, whatever. Follow us on our social medias. Just look up Far Side of the Pod. You might find us eventually. Yeah, guys, thank you. Thanks for sticking around with us. I know we're annoying as shit sometimes. We're not sorry for it, but oh well. All right, guys.
You'll get over it eventually.
Yep. All right, everybody. Peace out.
Peace out,
Sounds
everybody. Give us that big thumbs up.